Axie fam is in the house! Let's get into the bug cards. Eyes. Bookworm, same as the other eyes. Select one bug card from your discard pile. Otherwise, select one from your drop pile and put it on top. Banish. Neo. Big change to Neo. 0 energy. It says, look at the top 3 cards of your opponent's draw pile. You may discard one. Imagine your opponent, they play a Bookworm, and then you follow that up with a Neo, and you put whatever card they put on top in their discard pile. Pretty sweet. Nerdy. 0 energy. Draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. Like I said in the previous video, I'll link it right there. Boop. I stated that drawing 2 and discarding 2 is way different than discarding 2 and drawing 2, right? Because to discard 2, you have to have 2 to discard. So now we can draw to where we have 4 cards and pick the best 2, discard the worst 2. Kataro, 1 energy, 50 damage. This is randomly deal 1 hit. Apply death mark for 4 turns. Ooh, what if there is something that makes the number of hits, right? Because why would they say 1 hit on Kataro? Imagine if Kataro was 2 hits, so death mark you, death mark you. Larva, big change to Larva here. A lot of people were really upset the changes to Larva because it was already like not that great, but people wanted it to remain an energy card, but it got the stick, the nerf stick. 0 energy Larva. Scry 2 cards. If you discard at least 1 skill card while scrying, gain 2 energy fragment and then banish. So sometimes it'll hit. What charm can you put on this now? You can put on the when you draw this, gain 10 shields. Like Trickster's gone, right? Beetle Spike, 1 energy, 60 damage. Deal pure damage. Steal shield from the target equal to 30% of the damage dealt. So 50% would be 30. So that's kind of neat, but I liked it before with the bleed on it. The bleed, I think, was a little bit more powerful than stealing some of their shields. But in terms of value, if they have a shielded target with like 200 shields, it's only 30 damage of the damage dealt. So it's only going to do 60. So it's not like you're going to be able to scale up the amount of shields that you're stealing. Ear breathing. I was so happy that they did not change ear breathing. I might have stopped playing Axie if they changed ear breathing. Ear breathing. 2 energy, 30 damage. Randomly deal 4 hits. Shuffle 1 goo per unique enemy hit into the opponent's discard pile. No change there, right? Leaf bug. Retain. Target out. Okay, so 1 energy, 50 shield. Retain. Target and ally. Grant 2 cocoon. Grant 1 bonus cocoon per turn. It was retained up to 3 bonus cocoon. Cocoon! When your opponent's turn starts, gain 12 shield. When your opponent's turn ends, retain 5% of any remaining shield per cocoon stack. Max 10. So when your opponent's turn starts, gain 12 shield. So if I have 1, I gain 12. 2, I gain 24. Max, I'd gain 120 shield on my opponent's turn. So they attack into the shield, and then whatever's left, I get 5% of that on my turn. So it kind of boosts my guy a little bit. I think this is very powerful. I'm surprised, and when I said this in the live stream, that the cocoons don't reduce themselves like how poison does. So I think that may be added later, especially once people are starting to really maximize and do the min-max on cocoon. Now, we know what cocoon does. Earwing. 1 energy, 20 damage. Attack all enemies. Deal 3 bonus damage per card in your hand. I think this card is going to get a lot stronger this season. It was very strong season 1, but season 2, with the amount of cards that have retain built into them, it's going to be a lot different. Now, tassels. 1 energy. It says innate. It's now a power. It says innate. Whenever this actually uses a shield card, track the amount of shield granted. This Axie's shield cards deal damage equal to 40% of the shield granted to all enemies. Oh, this might be actually really sick. This might be actually very good. This might be a sleeper. We're gonna have to keep an eye on tassels. This chart kind of shows us what's up with tassels. Example, using 80 stat shield cards of an Axie with tassels applied. So we've already used this. And now we shield for 80 and it's tracked 80, not activated. So it doesn't get activated until it breaks that 300, but it's not like Navaga where the shards go in to get burned by Navaga. I think it's just tracking the amount of shielding it's done. Now from then on, any shield would do 32 AoE damage. It's pretty solid. On to the mouth card. Mosquito, big change to Mosquito. 1 energy, only 10 damage. So nerf down from 60. It says target any unit, deal 2 hits. So you get to target something. It says steal 15 HP per hit. If you hit once and it dies, I don't think you get the second trigger. Target any unit, so you can hit your own units as well. You can also use it on summons. the way it's worded makes it look like you can use it on anything versus like any Axie. So a little bit of word change there, but still it's 15. So we have 10 plus 15 and 10 plus 15, right? So it's doing like 50 damage in value. So it's a very medium card in my opinion. But we'll have to see if we get any effects that amplify that damage. Pincer, huge change to Pincer. 1 energy, 40 shield. Shield all allies. Next time your opponent uses keep, shuffle 1 goo into their discard pile. So we're going to have a lot more ways to get goos in your opponent's deck. We have the charm that enables attacks to add a goo. We have sticky goo. We have ear breathing. And we have, I think, one other card that has a similar effect that's on the back. I can't remember what it is, though. But it has the same effect. Like if your opponent uses keep, they get a goo. 1 energy, 60 damage is Cute Bunny. If the target has any shield, apply Hex for 4 turns. If it doesn't have any shields, when it attacks, apply Fear for 4 turns. So very good. So it's good against shielding teams and sustain teams, and it's also good against aggro teams. Square Teeth, 0 energy, 25 damage, consume up to 100 shields, and deal bonus damage equal to the amount of shields consumed this way. So this could be a 0 damage, 0 energy, 125 damage card potentially. Maybe even more once you have like the bonus damage like from like Sturdy Fighter. So you get like 190 shields on the guy. Then you play your first attack. It takes 25% of it. And then you use Square Teeth. Oh, I don't know if they trigger together, but if they do, Square Teeth is going to be pretty good. Snail Shell, 1 energy, 70 shield. Target an ally next time the target is attacked. Shuffle 1 goo into your opponent's discard pile. So big change to Garish. Garish Worm, retain. Discard 1 random card from your opponent's hand. Ooh, so this is going to get rid of all the retain cards. So if your opponent has like Bubble Maker, or they have like Gia with a stamp on it, if they have cards in their hand that have retained, this will help get those discarded, right? Tiny Dino. Buzz, 1 energy, 20 damage. It says attack all enemies, deal 5 bonus damage per card discarded by either player this turn. Cap at 25 bonus damage. There's not a lot of things that can cause a discard. So if I hit him with a Garish Worm and then I play Buzz, this would give so these kind of have like synergy, but these are both back cards. Kind of synergy, but you also have like, if your opponent uses like Clear, or they use like Neo, or they use Parasite or something like that, you will see what Parasite does in here in a bit, then that would increase the damage of Buzz. But most of those cards that interact with your opponent's deck or cause people to discard cards have Banish, so you're not going to get very many triggers off of this. Sandal, 2 energy, 105 damage, deal 50% bonus damage when attacking any enemy with a debuff. So they changed this instead of it having to have Fear, which is really hard to set up. So Sandal really wasn't getting the trigger, so you're only getting like, it's not very good. Like this damage is real weak. So 105 plus like 55, so you're doing like 160 damage maybe. It's easier to get debuffs on people though. But 1 energy, 60 damage, Scarab, target any enemy, apply heal block for 2 turns. So a little bit of nerf to the heal block. 0 healing when you have heal block, but only 2 turns. 1 energy, 60 damage, Spiky Wing, deal pure damage, steal shield from the target equal to 30% of the damage dealt. Beetle Spike and Spiky Wing, same effect. Lagging, 1 energy, 70 shield, target ally next time your opponent uses a skill or secret card, shuffle 1 goo in your opponent's deck. So we have Lagging, we have Sticky Goo, we have the Mouth card, we have Ear Breathing. Like you can have actually a lot of goos in your opponent's deck. Antenna, 1 energy, 55 shield, target an ally, scry 4 cards, banish. Top 4 cards, and you can put any of them in the discard pile. I don't know really, I guess it's just card filtration, card selection. Caterpillar, 1 energy, 60 damage. If the target has any shield, apply Heck for 4 turns. Otherwise, apply Fear for 4 turns. So this and Cute Bunny, very similar. And Balloon, Plier. Quit changing the name of Plier. With Dull Grip, Pliers, like it keeps changing. 1 energy, 60 damage, Plier. Deal pure damage. Steal shield, just like Beetle Spike and Spiky Wing. 1 energy, 60 damage, Parasite. Look at the top 2 cards of your opponent's draw pile. You may discard 1. So I think that can trigger Buzz. So Parasite and Buzz, really synergy there. And you get to kind of filter your opponent's cards. Make sure the cards that are great against you are put in the discard pile so they don't get to cast them, right? Leaf Bug, 1 energy, 50 shield, retain. Target an ally, grant 2 cocoon. Grant 1 bonus cocoon per turn. It is retained. So I think Leaf Bug is a sleeper. A pure bug with double Leaf Bug is actually probably pretty solid. And in Sturdy Fighter, it's probably really good. On to the tail cards. Ant, 70 shielding. Apply Taunt to this Axie for 4 turns, so no change there. Twin Tail 60 damage. Says Twin Tail target ally limit 2. Next turn, when your target gets attacked, discard up to 1 random card in your opponent's hand. Wait, what? Oh, hold on. This is shield card. This is secret. Hold on. This could be brutal. Twin Tail could be brutal. Fishneck, 1 energy, 70 shield. Target ally, next time the target is attacked, apply weak to the attacker for 4 turns. So no change to Fishneck. Gravelant, no change here. 1 energy, 70 shield. Target ally, next time the target would get attacked, apply fear to the attacker for 4 turns. Little bit of a change to Pupae. 1 energy, 70 shield. Target ally, next turn, if the target loses at least 70 shield, all allied gains 3 cocoon. Authority Caterpillar. Looking at the stuff in the live stream, you start theory crafting right away. So now that I'm like more clearly focused on this, 2 energy, 100 damage, 50 damage per energy there. It says deal 30 bonus damage per 3 goo in your opponent's deck. I was like, why doesn't it just do 15 bonus damage per goo in your opponent's deck, right? So you use ear breathing, you put in 3, this gets a bonus 45. So that seems a little strong. So it only gets a bonus 30 here, but only per 3. So 3, 6, and 9 would be 30, 60, 90 damage, 190 for 2, 95 damage per energy. Maybe with runes and charms, you're doing a little bit more. It's hard to say if this is going to be good. At first glance, I thought this was terrible, but now that I'm realizing how many cards that can put goo in your opponent's deck, I'm kind of like, and plus now we have the charm that does it as well to attack cards. So maybe this is actually a little bit stronger than people are really giving it credit for. Leave down in the comments below your favorite change so far. I'm so glad they didn't change ear breathing. Ear breathing is my jam. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, Felicia.